Scott, and this is episode 29 of What Makes This Map Great. This is the series where we take a deep dive into some classic games that hold a special place in my gaming heart. We're going to explore their amazing level design, beautiful art, creative combat encounters, as well as uncover their secrets and see just how much they've influenced the gaming world. And in this episode, we're doing something a little different. We're covering Quake 3 Arena Q3DM17, the longest yard. All sources used for this video will be linked down in the description below. I did this in my weapons video earlier in the week, and I wanted to extend it here in my map series. I recently hit my 500 sub goal, and I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much to all of you who have supported the channel, who are here with me. I appreciate it, and it is amazing, so thanks so much. And also, I'm releasing another episode for Frags and Coffee this weekend. If you have a question you'd like featured on the show, make sure to leave it down in the comments and tag it with Frags and Coffee. Who knows, you may be featured in this weekend's episode. With that said, make sure to like, sub, do all the YouTube stuff. It is greatly appreciated. Let's get into it. The longest yard is the 17th deathmatch map in Quake 3 Arena. I tried to figure out if there was a single map designer that worked on this specific classic multiplayer map, but I couldn't really find a clear answer. There is a theory that a team member by the name of Brandon James worked on this one, but he left during the development of Quake 3 Arena for personal reasons. And no worries, the team had no hard feelings for his departure. As a result, his incompleted maps were divvied amongst the rest of the team, and it was a collaborative effort actually to not just finish his maps, but according to Tim Willits, all of the maps in Quake 3 Arena were worked on together. So to credit all of them, we've got Christian Antkow, Paul Jacques, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Tim Willits, Kai Clooney, and Brandon James. The longest yard is a medium-sized map made for 4 to 6 players. It takes place in the void of space, and there's very little in regards to cover and places to hide to avoid taking damage from your opponents. And being a space map, there are dangerous edges that could lead to you falling to your death. It's mostly a mirrored map by design, with a central lower base that offers jump pads that lead to different parts of the level. But the fun of it comes from how you navigate with the jump pads, all while trying to avoid getting shot out of the air. By no means is this a competitive map. I mean, you can make it one, but it is really designed well to be played as a free-for-all deathmatch map. Most players hate it. I personally love it. Quake 3 Arena was also the debut of the idTech 3 engine. It's a gaming engine that did some amazing things for the time back in 1999. We'll point out some of those features as we cover the map. And yeah, this is quite different from my other maps in this series because it's a multiplayer map. I've mostly covered single player maps, but I'm going to use my style in the analysis, so sit back, relax, and enjoy it as we have a lot to cover. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right in. We arrive at the longest yard, surrounded by the darkest of voids in space. No star can be seen, yet this floating structure exists out here somewhere. A perfect setting for the Arena Eternals. This floating set of structures appears to be made of futuristic tech. The floor appears to be woven with circuitry and tech features. The pulsating hum coming from within it seems to hint there is an immense source of power keeping this arena afloat. But there's something odd of this cosmic void. Should you put some distance between you and the arena structures, you can hear unusual sounds coming from the darkness. This may be an alternate dimension beyond our understanding. The tech can be seen throughout, and it's quite impressive. Here on the bottom level, we notice it on the ceiling as well, with a bit of it revealing circuit boards and wiring. The glowing lamps are a nice touch, utilizing light shafts to create faked volumetric lighting. Quite simply, they're just 3D modeled planes with a transparent texture set on a panning shader to give it motion. It looked great for gaming engines in 1999. And while this map is quite simple, utilizing a mirrored design, one of its main features is this multi-directional jump pad at the center. Having these amazing material shaders animate so smoothly was a technical marvel. Being able to layer multiple textures and have one overlaid and set to pulse in a radial effect gives the jump pads in Quake 3 Arena a distinct visual design. Each of these serves a specific purpose, and the direction they point to gives the player a hint as to your landing destination. These two facing the second level of the arena will launch you in that direction, giving you access to the rocket launcher and a teleporter. We'll talk about the teleporters a bit later. Back to the jump pad down below, the front-facing one takes you to the connecting bridge with the red armor. And that red armor is valuable, providing 200 armor. It's placed in a very open and vulnerable location of the map. Take care when going for it. As for the other jump pad on the backside, well, this one is important. It takes you to a secondary jump pad which ultimately lands you at the highest platform of this arena. But you'll need to do some air control as you get launched up. It's easy to miss that secondary jump pad and fall to your death. Successfully landing it though, and you are rewarded with the quad damage. A staple power-up in the Quake series, it returns in Quake 3 Arena. Its importance supported by the glowing pentagram tech underneath. It spins and gently bounces over it. An interesting blend of sci-fi hard surface texturing with some organic spikes and teeth. What kind of technology is being used here? Now would be a good time to talk about those teleporters. There are 3 in total, and they all share the same teleport destination. This teleporter by the quad gives you 2 options. You can camp it up here and rain quad damage attacks below until you get railed or knocked off the platform, or you can take the teleporter, which places you right where the red armor is. How convenient. The 2 teleporters on the middle levels do the same thing. It's a great way to get you back to the middle of all the action, especially if you get the quad damage. But this is also a very dangerous spot to be in due to how visible it is from all angles. Oh, that floating blue orb above the central jump pads? We shouldn't forget to talk about that power-up. It's the Mega Health, which grants you 200 health, but that health rots away, reducing back down to 100. As for how you get it, that bottom jump pad hub, I forgot to talk about the center pad at the very top of it. That's your jump pad ride to the Mega Health. You can approach it from any of the upper levels, which would be the easiest. Just make sure to watch your landing. Or you can air control from either of the side jump pads to get onto the center one, providing you access to the mega health. Just a warning, that extra airtime in this map is risky. As I'm launching off these jump pads, I noticed something. Look at how these trim textures are used on the middle level along the edges. It creates some wonderful layering, detailing out these structures. While we're at it, let's talk about that middle level. On either side, we are provided a rocket launcher with ammo, a teleporter, and a jump pad with machine gun ammo next to it. Visually, a unique organic stone texture with intricate carvings identifies this space. A beautiful texture. Honestly, all of these textures are amazing, and I'm sure it was time consuming to create them with the tech and tools of the late 90s. Additionally, the art direction of Quake 3 Arena somehow blends tech and organics in a way that is visually cool. A unique light pedestal here, and the hanging light fixtures look beautiful and contrast the stone with metal. Now this jump pad takes you to the third level of this map, giving you access to the shotgun and another jump pad. This is actually considered one of the safest parts of the map. As you can see, back by the shotgun, sightlines are minimal. Gives you a moment to catch your breath, which is rare in this map, to be honest. And you can shoddy anyone who follows you up that jump pad here. This upper floor also seems less technologically advanced. We have this treaded metal flooring and a short wall trim feature to help protect you from falling off the edge. But check out this curved edge. It 3 introduced spline-based curved surfaces. In 1999, smooth curves like this hadn't really existed in real-time graphics rendering. Yet, Quake 3 handled them smoothly, assuming you had decent PC hardware to run the game. And I also like the way this jump pad is supported with these cylindrical beams. Again, some high polycount meshing used for these supports, really pushing the limits of what a game engine could do back then. Now, for this jump pad, unlike the radial ones we saw below, this one looks different. While geometrically it is flat, the texture has beveled details and shapes that give it some depth. Very sci-fi in design, its visual language subtly forms a point. It also helps that the animated shader applied to the surface has an arrow pointing in the direction you launch. Sometimes you just have to throw out subtleties and go for direct messaging. Still, dig the sci-fi material here, and the textures are intricately designed. Let's take it for a ride. We fly, grab armor shards, a yellow armor, and arrive on the opposite side of this mirrored map. A fun spot to jump back and forth, creating potential collision moments with other players. We left out one final feature of this map. Off in the distance, we can see a smaller platform floating, illuminated by a skull lamp. I just love this skull lamp, so unique in design. Out in this distant void, a railgun rewards those brave enough to launch themselves out onto this small island. The reward? You have a long-range tool with an amazing view of the arena. Those with good aim can do a lot of damage from here. And with only one way to get here, this jump pad on the main bottom floor, you can defend the island pretty well. just shoot anyone who tries to jump pad over here. But the risk, everyone can see you. There is no cover on this railgun perch. A rain of rockets can easily knock you off the edge to your death. But these two jump pads provide a quick option to get off the island and back into the action. Well, that was a lot of talk. I think we're due for some action. Let's dive into the arena and give the Vadrigar a show. I'll take this opportunity to show some neat tricks you can do in this map with some movement tech. Mad dash in the beginning. I'm getting that red armor, then going for the railgun. Look at rockets fly at me. Great start so far. Landing those rails. Get health, let's grab the Mega. A single strafe jump from this corner gets you to that central jump pad. Keep that stack up. Need that red armor. Doom Guy is making this rough. Here's a neat trick. You can rocket jump from the back central jump pad to get to the quad damage more quickly. Let's get to work. Missing my rails, but we managed to get a few good kills. Putting in some work with this railgun. I need to rebuild my stack. Red armor won't be mine this time. That whoosh sound means the quad respawn, but I struggle for a bit to get back in the game. Get the rocket launcher. Let's go for the railgun. Got some weapons. Let's try that rocket jump trick to get the quad. Bad timing. Came short. Quick reset. Let's do it the intended way. Wow. Quad is ours with low health. That fall was embarrassing. Should have taken the teleporter. Let's get some weapons. Steal the quad. Sometimes quadded machine gun is enough. Make some rounds. We hear that whoosh sound again. I stick the landing on my rocket jump off the pad. Quad damage. Try to stay alive. Get some kills. Three frags left. And another death by cratering. Struggle to get some weapons. Hear that whoosh again, but it's too late. An opponent gets the quad. Looks like they couldn't hold on to it for long. It's ours. Air rocket. See ya, Bitterman. Missed that air rocket against orb, but doesn't matter. 2 frags left. Let's finish it with some sick rails. And here we are. What an amazing view of the map from this camera angle. Simple, symmetrical, beautiful design of a map. Some familiar faces here in the scoreboard. Doom, Bitterman. What the hell is this eyeball thing? Anyhow, the Vadrigar will be pleased with our performance here. Who knows what arena they'll toss us in next, let alone what opponents we'll run into. There are many great maps in Quake 3 Arena, which we'll make sure to cover in a future episode. So here's the part where I go over some quick trivia regarding our featured map. This was one of 3 maps featured in the original Quake 3 test released in April of 1999. The others were Q3DM7, Temple of Retribution, and Q3 Tourney 2, The Proving Grounds. Both great maps as well. And you know what? I was there for Q3 test. There was a teen center across the street from my high school, and they had like 12 PCs all connected and networked together. My friends and I, we would go there after high school. Sometimes we would ditch school and go there, but we played all sorts of games like Quake, StarCraft, and Diablo. But when the Q3 test came out, we knew it would be there. Whoever was running those PCs, not only were they like an excellent IT person, but they were gamers for sure. And yeah, we showed up and it was just popping off. Amazing times, just being able to LAN and yell at your opponents across the room. I'm not gonna lie, I was considered one of the better players back in my day. I would get challenged by my friends and other random kids that were playing Quake at the time. There was always that one guy though, man. That dude was unreal. His rails were just always hitting me, and his LG accuracy, I think we all have that one friend, right? This map has had a modern facelift. It is an official map in Quake Champions, known as the Longest Yard, and it looks great. It's set in a much more detailed cosmic void with a giant black hole visible nearby and some really cool gothic architecture. The devs also took the setting and mood of the original Quake and applied it to Quake Champions. There's some amazing lore that connects the id Games universes together as well. Considering that Quake 3 Arena and Quake Champions being based on that, takes characters from all of id Software's different video game universes. The lore sentence you get for The Longest Yard is this: only the power of the rune of black magic prevents the floating ruins of Volkaire's tabernacle from tumbling into the blind god's oblivion maw. I'm guessing that black hole is the blind god, which you can also see from another map in the game. Just really cool detail, connecting the different levels and connecting these universes all together. I freaking love it. And Q3DM17, The Longest Yard, is so influential that we have seen it in multiple games in both a official capacity as well as a custom map made by members of the modding community for each respective game. So yeah, the next time someone tells you that they hate The Longest Yard, just remember how influential this level was for all games that came out after Quake 3 Arena. So, what makes Quake 3 Arena's Q3DM17 The Longest Yard a great map? First, let's talk about the art. This collection of sci-fi platforms with their visible tech and hard surfaces feels cold and desolate, which pairs well with the space theme of the map. Cutting out all the noise from a deathmatch, fighting opponents and hearing rockets and shots being fired off, you can hear the sound of machines and tech humming, and the subtle sound coming from the void is eerie, nailing the cosmic horror of such a place. The combat design is perfect as well. Quake 3 Arena is very much a game about using the right weapon for the right moment. And each weapon is placed with extreme care and consideration as to its purpose, its job in the arsenal. Rockets on the middle floor, which are great for that size of space, supporting mid-ranged fights, but it can also be used to rain rockets to anyone who dares to grab the railgun, the red armor, or even the quad. it's great for bouncing players off of the map. And the railgun off on its distant floating island is the perfect weapon for space maps. It rewards those with the skill to aim well, taking out any opponents from the air or at range. And we can't forget about the shotgun. It's placed at the one spot that has the least amount of sight lines. You can shoddy anyone who decides to fly up the jump pad and fight you, or even take it on the side jump pads to have shotgun battles in the air. Though I'll say, if you have great aim using just the base machine gun at spawn, you can chew through enemy health and armor stacks at an alarming rate. And lastly, the design. This map is the perfect example of how simple design is elegant. It's not the largest map. It doesn't have overlayered and intricately connected hallways like most of Quake 3 Arena's other maps. It's just all out in the open. Every space is mostly visible from any angle, and it forces players to engage in an all-out chaotic deathmatch. Those who hate the map more than likely hate getting knocked off the edge or getting railed out of the air, and want to be able to retreat and take cover from other players. But this map says no. It is a brutal deathmatch map, one that challenges players to always face your enemies, all while using jump pads to get airtime and perform amazing feats like air rockets and pinpoint rails, which is what makes this map so much fun. What are your thoughts on Quake 3 Arena's Q3DM17, the longest yard? Is this the map that made you rage quit after your 10th death falling off the map? And while the rail is great, did you enjoy air rocketing your opponents in this map? Share your stories down below. I'd love to hear your stories. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Grit Gaming content. And if you're looking for more, check out this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.